You can see. So this is a laptop computer, sometimes called a notebook. So can you tell me what is so unique about this thing, apart from this tape here, which you can see? So let me tell you the answer. And this laptop is not from this decade. This laptop is not from the previous decade, but this laptop is actually from the 2 decades back. So it's from 2009, and this is my first laptop which I got. And you can see this has a glossy finish. I tried to clean it up a little, but you know, what you need here is better, this cleaners, not just water. So I tried it with water, and let me give you some hardware specs of this device. So on the left hand side we have this Ethernet jack, then we have a VGA output port. This is becoming rarer these days. Then we have an USB. It's not USB 3, it's not USB 2, I think it's only USB 1 point something. Then we have an HDMI cable, this HDMI port, and this is still is quite rare in many laptops, but it's still there, but sometimes it's in smaller forms. Then we have another USB. Then we have 3 output jacks for audio. Here you can just use a 5.1 speaker system, or you can use separately for microphone. This is for audio, this is for microphone, and this is for something like that, line out or something. And in the front you have this SD card slot. Then on the right hand side you have another USB port. This is somewhat faster, USB 2. And on the there was a DVD writer, but it was not working, so I had it removed from the inside, but this plate is there, so I just put it on a tape. Then we have quite a rare port. This is a modem port, and then you have another Kensington lock slot. If we go to the back of the device, you can see that there is the hard drive slot. You can put in an SATA HDD here, which I did a few months ago, but it works perfectly. But now we have an HDD here. Here there is a wireless card. This laptop supports Wi-Fi draft N, so it is like Wi-Fi N, but it's kind of a draft early version of Wi-Fi N. Then we have these RAM slots here. You can add RAM up to 4 GB. Then we have a separate battery compartment, and this is very nice because it helps you to carry a spare battery, and also gives this laptop sustainability. These laptops from these days, from the 2015 2012, those days, I think these batteries come inside the laptop housing, and there sometimes it's difficult to find the spares. So when you just use from this view, you can see that this laptop has a unique type of keyboard, and this keyboard is not the chiclet type keyboard. This is a regular type of keyboard, and I had this replaced because a few keys here got water was put on it and they were not working. So there was a workaround. I tried to remap some of these keys, but I got this replacement keyboard for a cheap price, so I used that. And you can see there are other buttons here, the separate buttons. These are getting very rare these days. We also have a fingerprint reader here, but this wasn't working from the start, so I don't know if we had faulty device. So let's turn this on. You can see that there is a tape here. I put this tape so that it doesn't the power button doesn't get too this corroded or something. You can see there is this power saving key here, there is a backup key, there is this wireless separate wireless buttons, there is the Bluetooth, and there is volume button. However, there are some redundancies here, and you can see this. I am using Windows 10 here, and you can see the tape here. I didn't take out the tape. because it was my first computer and I really liked it. I didn't want, you can see this startup is quite fast, especially from a hard disk instead of an SSD. So this is running Windows 10, the latest version, and okay, these are the Intel chips. I should have used another button here. Okay, so this works quite fast, even though it might look a little bit laggy, but you can do all your work here. Let me just turn on LibreOffice. I think it's a good and free alternative to Microsoft Office, especially for offline work, and this computer is still very useful. I must tell you, it's still very useful for doing office work, doing basic internet browsing, and also for watching YouTube. So what happens is that there is one flaw of this laptop. It is actually based on a 45 nanometer process, this processor in this laptop, so it heats up a little bit. So if you just keep something below this base of the laptop, and you can keep the fans running more efficiently, then there will be no problems at all. So these keys have a deeper travel, and they're very nice to type in. You can see there is some noise, but it gives a lot of this what they call it, this depth here, and it is very useful to type. So I'm typing here. You can see this works very fine. There are very few errors here, and it's very usable. If you go to the browser, we're using a very latest Firefox browser, and let me just show the use of this key. This can disable the cursor, so you can sorry, you can use it to, when you're typing, you can use it to block interferences. So if I go to YouTube and play something, the keyboard is a little noisy, but as I said, but it's very good to type in. It feels great. It feels better than the chiclet keyboards, and if even feels better than this keyboard which I have here. This is a regular keyboard from Logitech, and you can see the sound levels here are pretty high. I have another laptop here. You can see this is from Lenovo from 2015 or 16, and it has a very low volume sound, and this one is better. You can see this is maxed out, but it has pretty good decent sound. It supports these touch gestures, but the driver is having some problems. We can fix that if you want. And the quality of the display, I must say, is fantastic. It is pretty bright. It is a bit glossy, but the color reproduction is very nice. So this is it. You can see this is more than 10 years old, but it is just like another PC. I would say it is better in many respects, such as the keyboard, such as the durability of this device, the upgradability of this device, being one from 2009. It's very good. The camera quality up here is like any other cameras which we have in laptops, these recent laptops. It's not bad at all. It's not especially good because the cameras in laptops are not ideal. They're much worse than here. You can see me, so yeah, I'm going to cross it out. So there was it, the review. You see, this is the Acer Aspire 4736 from 2009. It has a Core 2 Duo processor, Intel GMA 4500 MHD. You can't play games here, but the display is nice. The Wi-Fi is nice, if not the fastest. The sound is nice. The keyboard is excellent, and there is a lot of room for upgradability, you see. So if you are still having any doubt, you can see it here that it was manufactured in 2009, and yes, it's a pretty good laptop. And thanks for having a look in this laptop review, and hope I will see you guys next time. So peace out.